Well done. Yes, you've done splendidly acting as my puppet. Even better than I could have hoped, really. Succumbing to and following my ring. Retrieving the heart. Bringing it here just when I wanted it. And now, with the death of the true Goldheart heir, succession falls to my heir, and the contract is fulfilled. This was never about you. You are just a plaything for my amusement. All I really needed was the eldest son to die. Having you do it, though, well, that was just fun. You all see time fall to the ground as a flood of crimson energy pours out of her eyes and mouth. The energy streaks across the cavern and through a wall of crystal. Luck, your pack, suddenly feels lighter on your shoulders. And from behind that wall, you hear a low, echoing thump-thump, thump-thump, thump-thump of a heartbeat. The crystals all around you begin to writhe and elongate into a nest of tentacles that undulate and begin to reach out toward you and the whole party. At the wall where the energy went, the heartbeat, dum-dum, dum-dum, suddenly stops. As you all's eyes are drawn there to look to see what has happened, you see the tentacles. They are open up like a curtain on a main stage, revealing a huge figure behind them, the color of fresh blood and old bruises. It hovers there almost in a lotus position, huge clawed hands at the ends of elongated arms and of its legs as well, and emerging from its temples, an extra set of arms, finishing the somatic components of a spell. The tip of the finger, stand by, the tip of a finger turning black with crackling death, and it points directly at Luck.
This is targeting me, right?
Yes, it is. It is from across the room, however, though.
Okay, but I don't think it needs to be with me. Hold on. Hold on. He's not within 60 feet of me, is he? I'm fucked. Well.
And everyone. Time. Yes?
Can Axel Misty step in front of it?
You begin to dissolve.
Can Vidar send two moonlight shards over to just blow it?
Two moonlight shards start heading across the room, and Luck and everyone, time seems to immediately come to a crawl. You see, someone has been holding an action all this time. As Axel's form starts to misty step, as Vidar's moonlight shards start to shoot out, you all watch like a nightmare unfolding frame by frame in slow motion as Grain runs out from the shadows and begins barking at the Archdevil. You see in painful detail the surprise and then the smirk unfold on the devil's face as it changes slightly. And the finger now points at the small dog that has bravely taken up justice pose in front of you, Luck, and directly in line with the spell.
Bastard.
Time stops. The rest of you experience this through Lyle's telepathic link, but have no ability to act. Luck. In this frozen moment, you begin to notice a change. Luck. You watch as grain begins to glow with a soft golden light. At first, just an outline, but then a glow that completely surrounds him. Grain's form shivers, then elongates and grows taller, until you see it coalesce into the familiar form of a 12-year-old boy. Luck. Trust stands before you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I deceived you, Luck. I'm sorry for the added pain and burden my actions have placed on your sanity. You see, it was me. I was the one that placed in your mind the memory of an adopted son that you never had. Please know it did have a purpose. And ultimately, it is fully your choice of how this proceeds. You see Trust's form shift to that of a tall young man with fine, handsome features, still somewhat reminiscent of Trust. My kind have been battling the archdevils for eons, and Malgork, this one, while vanquished for over 6,000 years, in the last few centuries has managed to connive their way back onto the prime material plane. By the time me and my brethren became aware of their machinations, Malgork had already tied themselves to the souls and lives that we could not interrupt. So we had to wait. Wait for a good man. True of heart, strong of will. Someone who could endure the separation and not lose themselves and who they were. That's where you came in. 2 days after you left the village, on the very morning of the day fate crossed your path, as he nods to Iska, the memory of Trust was born in your mind to try and help protect your memories and keep them focused. I followed you and your companions along your journey, incorporeally as first as a watcher, but quickly realized the force of Malgork's will and the challenges you were facing were much stronger than I anticipated or ever expected. So after those events of Verdant Falls, I took on a corporeal form as a small stray dog lost out on the roadside. That way, you would have Trust to guard you mentally, and Grain, as you named me, to guide you physically. Since then, we've traveled together until your path led us back here, a place I could not enter undetected and without your help. And so here we are. Malgork has re-entered the prime material plane, and I weep for the damage he has already caused and the suffering you and your friends in your village have endured. But I believe we can end this here and now with your friend's help. But I cannot fully enter this plane without permission. And even if I could, I would not without your agreement first. So I ask you, Luck Goldheart, one last time, will you let me in? Luck, I need you to make a sanity check.